Welcome to McCall's Kitchen, everybody. My name is Elisha. I'm from Fiorella Bake Shop, and I'm here today to show you all how to make a simple but rustic boho wedding cake. We're going to be using vanilla cake, some buttercream, we've got some flowers here, we've got some pampas and bunny tails, those are more dried florals, and we're going to be crumb coating this, filling it, crumb coating it, and then showing you guys how to add the flowers to the cake. You're going to need some room temperature buttercream for this, and you're going to need some baked and chilled cakes so that everything flows together very smoothly. We've got our tools ready to go, so let's get started. You're going to want to make sure that you're putting a nice, even, not too thick but not too thin layer of buttercream. We're going to smooth it out using our spatula and turntable, and we're going to make sure that it's nice and flat so that the cakes are leveled. So we've got our nice layer of buttercream. We're using the McCall's buttercream today. This is one of my favorites. This is nice and fluffy, it's super easy to work with, and like I mentioned, you're going to want to work with it at room temperature so you have the best consistency. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to stack it all up, and then we're going to go and we're going to crumb coat it. As you're stacking each layer, you're going to want to give it a little push down so that it all sticks together, and you're going to want to give it a spin. You're also going to want to get it to eye level to make sure that it's all leveled and your cake isn't leaning. Time for the last layer. And now we're just going to make sure, like I said before, that it's all leveled, that all the layers are standing up straight, and now it's ready for its nice crumb coat. We're gonna wanna make sure we're giving it a clean crumb coat because we're gonna leave it rustic, so there's gonna be some cake showing through the buttercream. Now we've got our cake ready to go. One thing you're gonna wanna make sure before you're applying any buttercream is that you have an extra clean bowl right beside you. The reason for this is because every time we apply a layer of buttercream, we're gonna wanna clean off our spatula so that we're not getting any crumbs on our nice coat that we're putting, especially since it's gonna be semi-naked / rustic. We're gonna see the cake and we want it to look nice and clean. So we're getting a really nice coat here. As you can see, I've got some scraped off bits. These are all the crumbs that we don't want on our cake. And I'm working with a really soft consistency because I find that when you work with a softer consistency, it picks up less crumb and you see a nice clean buttercream layer. We don't want to be seeing all these little cake crumbs all over the cake, especially if it's for a wedding. Now that we've got it fully covered, we're just gonna take our bench scraper and we're gonna smooth it out. We're gonna scrape off some areas that have extra buttercream, and we're just gonna make sure that there's a nice even layer all around, and that if there's any areas that need more buttercream, that we'll add it in. Every time you do a scrape, you're gonna scrape the buttercream off because again, we don't want any crumbs on our cake. So it's all good to go now. I'm just gonna pop it into the cake to chill before we go ahead and apply our decoration for our wedding cake. And we are back with our chilled cake all ready for decoration. This cake is so versatile. It can be used for weddings, bridal showers, baby showers, birthdays. All you need is some simple florals, or you can add a chocolate drip to it. Today we're gonna make this more luxury wedding, and we're gonna be using the McCall's Gold Leaf 24 karat. This is gonna give such a nice touch with the flowers. Our flowers are already taped and prepped, and our dried florals are ready to go as well. I'm gonna show you guys how I add them to the cake, how I place them to make it look really nice and fancy. I think it's ready for dried florals, and then I'm gonna show how to apply gold leaf. It is a little tricky, so I will warn you, but we'll try our best to get it into the places that we want it to be. So our cake is all ready. I went in with the dried florals. As you can see, I put some of the bigger ones at the top, the pampas, and then I went in with some smaller ones just to fill in the gaps there. There's bunny tails, and then we did spray roses. So if you haven't used spray roses before, they are a smaller version of a real rose, but I love them for cakes because I feel like you can make it look so much more full with more roses. I'm just gonna go in with my gold leaf now by McCall's, and I'll show you guys how I apply that. I absolutely love how gold foil makes everything look. It gives it such a nice pop, makes it look so luxury. I loved how this turned out with the flowers, the dried flowers, and the gold. Honestly, this is such a great cake for weddings, bridal showers, baby showers. Like I mentioned before, I can put gold foil on everything. I swear to God, it makes everything look so much better. And I love how this turned out. With wedding season in full swing, this is honestly the perfect cake, whether it's for a small wedding or a big wedding. We want to see you guys try this. It was so easy and it looks so good. Make sure to let us know in the comments what you guys thought. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for some more fun content coming, and tag us. I'm at Fiorella Bake Shop and at McCall's. We'll see you guys back soon.